Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Paul Brown Show. This evening, my guest will be Miss Nicole Wakefield. She's the Executive Director of The Right Spot. How you doing, Miss Wakefield?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Great. Thank you for coming on the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Now, well, first, tell us about yourself.
Myself.
Yourself.
Okay, a little bit about me. I am originally from New York, Queensbridge, New York, and I've been here in Charlotte for 8 years. And I have an 18-year-old daughter. She goes to this high school out here in Charlotte, and she's in her last year. I am excited for her because I didn't graduate from high school. You know, my mom got killed when I was 14 in Queens, and my dad got killed when I was 16. And so I've been around, just running around trying to find myself. And once I moved out here to Charlotte, I actually moved to Greenville, South Carolina first. And I came here with my daughter just to kind of find out where I wanted to go. And I like it. Pretty nice place here.
It'll grow on you, won't it?
It'll grow on you. I don't have any brothers and sisters. It's just me and my daughter. I don't know. I've been traveling. I went from Queens to Brooklyn to the Bronx, down to Greenville, South Carolina, and here I am in Charlotte. And what I'm doing now is this program working with the young kids, starting at 5 years old. And a lot of these kids don't have their parents in their lives, or they don't have any siblings or even any grandparents. And what I'm here for is just to let a lot of people know about my program.
And the name of that program is The Right Spot. How did you come about, well, tell us a little bit about The Right Spot, and how did you come about that name, The Right Spot?
The Right Spot is a youth entertainment program. It used to be called YEP, and a lot of people didn't understand what YEP was. And so my cousin said, it's not catchy enough. So he goes, you have to find something more catchy. And I said, well, I don't know what to use. And I spoke to my uncle, and he said the right spot for the kids, because what I do and where the kids are, they're at the right spot at the right time. And so I took YEP out of there and just did youth entertainment programs. That's where the name came from.
When did you start the program, and what made you want to start the program?
I started the program in June of last year, and what made me want to start the program is because a lot of kids out here don't have a place to go, and they don't have a lot of things to do. I rode around Charlotte for 2 days straight, and I tried to find a jump rope. I didn't find a jump rope. I didn't find any little kids out playing, any boys out, you know, playing just things that we used to do when we were younger. Nothing. So it just made me want to do something different. And I do it down in Gastonia right now. The program is the after-school program. And what we do is we pick the kids up from their homes. We drop them off at the center that we have there. And they do homework, but they also do old games like we used to do back in the day.
You seem to have a passion for your program. Where's that passion coming from?
It comes from inside. Again, with me not having my parents in my life, a lot of these kids are going through a lot of different things, and they start at a young age. And what I just realized is that it takes more than just a mom or a dad to raise these kids. It takes a community. And we don't have a lot of people out here that's working with these kids. We really want to get the kids off the streets, get them out of the system, get them out of poverty. And a lot of them don't know where to go. You know, if they don't have any place to go and they don't have anyone to talk to, then they go out in here and they do crimes, and they're robbing and stealing, breaking in cars, and realize it's not only boys. And they're getting younger, but it's also girls too. And it's a need for the communities to come together and just do different things with the kids to keep them out of the system.
When you get with these youth, and I guess y'all sit around and talk, what are some of the things that they discuss with you, and how important is confidentiality within your program?
We discuss all kind of things. What I grab them with is the entertainment part. A lot of them think they can rap and sing and, act, but a lot of them have other skills. And when I say talent, it's not just rapping and dancing and acting. Is can they make jewelry or can they make T-shirts? There's a lot of things that your child might know how to do, but won't tell you because you're the parent. But they'll come to the program and tell me or the other kids that's around. And so whatever they know how to do, we try to bring it out there for them. And if we go out and we do different programs, like we'll sit around together. I go get kids and I take them out to eat dinner. We'll go out and we'll sit around together, and then you find out what's really going on with them. But I've learned that teenagers nowadays don't want to talk to us. They don't want to talk to the adults. They talk to each other. So what you do is you put them in a room together and let them talk amongst each other, and that's when you find out where the problems are coming from, why some of them are dropping out of school because they're being bullied, because of the clothes that they wear. They might not have name brand clothes and somebody else do. And there's a lot of kids out here that are not nice, and they bully you and they treat you bad. So their image is, I have to look at what the TV and the music videos and the rappers and all this stuff have, and they're trying to get what somebody else has when they can actually do whatever it is that God put into them, because they have their own individualities that they don't know about.
How do you emphasize to them how important it is for them to have that education in life and how to be successful?
Well, what we do, some of the programs that we offer is we have workshops. And with the workshops, I give them information on I want them to give me the information on what they know how to do. And once you find out what the kids know how to do and what they like doing, they can be successful there, because a lot of times we want to push them to do what we want them to do as parents. We're telling them that they can do this and they can do that, but they want to do what they want to do. Once they get a certain age, 18 or whatever, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. But if you ask them what it is that you like and what it is that you know how to do, they'll tell you. And once they tell you, it's a little bit easier from there. And then with the workshops that we offer entrepreneur clubs, and they come in and they make the soap, or they can make jewelry, or they bake, or whatever it is. They might be able to cut hair. They might be able to do hair. But it's so many different things. We have some kids that know how to work on bikes, and they want to work on cars and things like that, but they don't have anybody to help them. And it's a lot of dads that's not in these kids' lives. And just because the father's not in their life don't mean that we can't step up and help them. So that's what we do. We help them to find out what it is that they like to do, and we show them that they can do it with the workshops. We also have the group sessions, and they get together and they just talk about different things, issues. A lot of them have been molested. A lot of them have been thrown out of their homes, and some girls have been replaced for the boyfriend, and some boys have been replaced for the girlfriends. And it's sad to hear that, but a lot of kids are weeping because they don't have anybody to look at them from the inside of the home. So if we're not looking at our children from the inside of the home and they come on the outside, they're going to try to find some place to get some kind of attention. And if they can't get good attention, they're going to get some kind of attention, whether it's bad or good.
Okay, at the beginning of the show, I know you mentioned about you're not completing high school. Did you ever think about going back to complete high school and to go into higher education?
Well, I did actually. I got my GED. I didn't
Okay.
graduate from high school.
Oh, okay.
When my mom passed away, and I ended up staying with my dad, and then he got killed, I went and stayed with my aunt in Greenville, South Carolina, and education wasn't important to them down south for my family. And it wasn't you need to go, but I pushed myself, and I had my daughter at a young age. And we talk about these teenage pregnancies. If there's a teenage mother, there's a teenage father, and nobody addresses the teenage father. And that's another issue why a lot of men are not in their kids' life, is because nobody presses them. They always pressing the girl about being a teenage mom, but if we have these dads and nobody's talking to them, and we bring the teenage boys in. I got my education. I graduated. I got my GED, and I walked down the aisle of my school, and I did that because I wanted my daughter to see that I could do it. And I also took some classes at CP. So I didn't graduate high school, but I got my GED.
And that's an awesome thing. I mean, because that shows that you continued, you know what I'm saying? Even through all the things that you went in through life, you went on and you got your education and you're still being successful.
It was hard, you know, but not having anybody to push you. But with me having my daughter, it was easier for me to push myself. So me and her came together on this youth entertainment program on what we should do and how we should help these kids. And we take them out. We have this program called Youth in the City, and we take them out to different places. We take them bowling, we take them skating, and we take them to a lot of different events if they're doing what they need to do as far as their work in school. If they're getting good grades, then they're able to go out and explore Charlotte, because Charlotte has a lot to offer.
I know you're a new program. Are you able to network with a lot of these other programs, youth programs? And if not, how vital is it to get connected to these programs?
I have not connected with anyone yet. I've been doing it by myself. As far as we've been doing fundraising, so I haven't networked with anyone. I just wanted to be able to get out here and do it. So I didn't want to ask anybody for anything. I wanted to be able to show that I'm doing something first, and then as a people, if they see that I'm doing something, they would help. But I just asked God, what can I do to help somebody else and then myself? And he gave me that. Helping those kids was more important because I didn't have that. And I grew up doing a lot of things. You know, I was one of those troubled teenagers because I had no one to talk to. I never had nobody ask me questions like, how did you feel about your mom getting killed, or how did you feel about your dad getting killed? And then nobody ever found the killers. You know, nobody ever talked to me about it. So I grew up just being bad, like fighting and stealing and robbing and drugs. You know, I never was on any hard drugs, but I was into it. I liked the boys that sold the drugs, and money was coming quick, you know, and I stayed in and out of jail doing stupid stuff, fighting. I mean, you go to jail for fighting, you know, and I didn't know that. So I want to really get these kids off, to let them know that they can do anything that they put their minds to. And if I did it, then they can do it as well. So as far as networking, I have yet to find somebody to help me with the program and my daughter, but we do fundraisers, we do bake sales, we do dances, mother-daughter dances, father-son dances. We put them together if we can, and if you can't be there for your son, then we invite somebody else, a volunteer, to come in, and they mentor the kids, and they become like big aunties or big uncles for the kids because they need that. So we appreciate the ones that do help. I get a lot of volunteers, and they come out because this is a not-for-profit organization. It's not a nonprofit. I don't get money for it. Whatever money comes into the program, 100% goes into the programs for the kids.
I think it's real important that you network. I think that's one of them. When I talk to you, I think that one of the main reasons God placed in my heart to invite you on the show, because of the fact that